ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु, सहनौ भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै। Shloka number 18. I will read, you can chant. You can repeat after me. अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः इहैव तेर्जितः सर्गः येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म तस्माद् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिताः न प्रहृष्येत् प्रियं प्राप्य नो द्विजेत् च प्राप्य चाप्रियम् स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढः ब्रह्मविद् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः बाह्यस्पर्शेष्वसक्तात्मा विन्दत्यात्मनि यत्सुखम् स ब्रह्मयोगयुक्तात्मा सुखमक्षयमश्नुते। From the 13th shloka up to the 21st shloka, Bhagavan is talking about Jnana Phalam, Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti, and how the wise person enjoys the happiness when he is alive and he continues to be one with Ananda Swarupam Brahma when this body falls off. And this wise person, not only he owns up Ananda Swarupa as oneself, I am Ananda, but also because of his Vairagyam, he attains experiential happiness, the happiness at the level of the mind itself. Because as there is happiness from experience to be there in the objects or the enjoyment of the objects, there is happiness in Vairagyam also. Generally, people don't think about this happiness. Generally, we think about happiness in terms of enjoyment from the objects. Whenever I say I will be happy when I enjoy, when I drink this, I eat this, I meet this person, I listen to this music. So generally we think that happiness is only from enjoyments of the objects. Meeting the people whom I like, doing things which I like, experience the objects which I like, that alone is the source of happiness. But there is another source of happiness, and that is Vairagyam. When you have got Vairagyam, there your mind is calm. And in that calmness, calm mind, this Ananda Swarupa of Atma is reflected. And that is called Vairagyananda. That also has got happiness. In being free from this craving dependence on the object, that also gives happiness. And that happiness is there with this wise person. And of course, he owns up himself to be Ananda Swarupa. So he is happy, experientially happy, and the Swarupa Drishtya, from the standpoint of Ananda Swarupa owning up, he is happy. Both ways he is happy. And Vairagyam gives Ananda. So in the next two shlokas, this Vairagya topic is discussed. And in the 22nd shloka, it is said that the person who has got Atmajnanam, not even Atmajnanam, person who has got Viveka, proper discretion, that person will not be hooked or will be getting lost to the sense objects. That idea is given in the next shloka. ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः. So here a popular shloka, one of the popular shlokas of the 5th chapter. And what is said here? Bhogaha ye sansparshajaha. Bhogaha means the enjoyments, pleasure, which are sansparshajaha, born of the contact between sense object and sense organs. What does it mean? My tongue, the faculty which is manifesting through the tongue, is called rasanendriya, is indriya, organ. And some item which I like, laddu, so that is called vishaya, the object. When there is a contact between the vishaya and indriya, then there is some pleasure. Experientially we are feeling this pleasure, and that is called here bhogaha. So bhogaha, the pleasure or the enjoyments which are born of the contact between sense organ and sense object. It is not all the time eating only. It can be seeing also. When I see some beautiful mountain, etc., then objects are the mountains, rivers, etc. My eyes are the indriyas. Or when these parents, they embrace their child, and the child and parents, both of them, they feel happiness. There the touch is the object and the organ of touch is the indriya. So various types of bhogas are there. They are called sansparshajaha, born of contact, sense contact. And they are dukkhayonayaha. They are the source of dukkha. But some people say, Swamiji, I am enjoying very dukkha. I am enjoying the touch of my child. I am enjoying this laddu. I am enjoying this beautiful scenery. Where is dukkha? So they are the source of dukkha. Either they will be in the past they must have caused, or in while experiencing sukha also, some part there will be dukkha, and future there will be dukkha. How? It is said, arthanam arjane dukkha. For acquiring the objects, there is some pain involved. There is no free lunch in this world. Any sukha, any pleasure, you have paid for it. There is always paid lunch. Either debit, generally Bhagwan doesn't believe in credit card. Always debit card. Means whatever punya you have earned, that alone you are getting encashed. You are there, you are encashing it. So Bhagwan doesn't believe in credit card. It is not that in future you will do punya now, right now I'll give you. No. If you have done karma, which involves some dukkha, you have parted with money, you have done some seva, so which involves some dukkha. And that is now getting fructified in the form of this sukha. Or even if we don't go by the model of punya papa, any bhoga to earn, it requires some effort. It requires some pain on our part. Therefore, arthanam arjane dukkha. And for preserving these objects of bhoga, also dukkha. There is always maintenance. We have to take AMC for almost everything. Internet also we have to take. We have to take AMC for our this all AC also we have to take AMC. AMC. And now our health also we are taking AMC only. Health insurance is like that only. AMC. In China it used to be like that. They doctors, they don't charge for any consultation when you have disease. They don't charge. They are given annual contract. So they maintain your health. You give some money every year, they maintain your health. So they when some monsoon will start, they will say you take this kashaya. So for your health, this is required. Like in the US nowadays, I don't know, but in the US, this insurance, the health insurance people itself will tell you go for this test, you do this, you enjoy, you attend this workshop. So they are concerned that you should not fall sick. So similarly, they used to have. So every time, rakshane dukkham, for the maintenance dukkham. And when it goes away, there is dukkha. Because you like something and it goes away, so much pain. Somebody, recently I read this, that he liked some car and he liked so much that when car was getting old, he gave bhu samadhi to the car. He gave samadhi. This is an amazing thing. Means what bhu samadhi means what? He buried the car. He made a ditch, a pit, and flowers and all, the mantras, and he put the car. How much pain he must be having? Parting with this car, he didn't want to part with any person. Dukkha. And so, your relation, some relative dies, there is a dukkha. Your object goes away, dukkha. So there is dukkha yonayaha. They are the cause of dukkha. This is not to frighten you. It is not meant for frightening you. It is meant for being objective. Puja Swamiji used to say nicely that Vairagyam does not mean hatred. Vairagyam is objectivity. Means you know that there is no free lunch. Any enjoyment will be preceded by some dukkha followed by some dukkha. When you eat some spicy food, that time you may like it. But afterwards what? Some acidity will be there. So some dukkha or the other will always be there. Even in relationship, you get some sukha because of relationship with the person. But to maintain the relationship is not easy. And this relationship when is broken, then person is heartbroken. Is broken. They call him a broke. I am a broke. Means what? Person is broken. Therefore, dukkha yonayaha. So even when there are enjoyments, we know this fact, they are having this potential dukkha. They are source of dukkha. And adyantavantaha, they are having the beginning and the end. No bhoga is permanent. You cannot have any enjoyment permanently, continuously. See, can you have laddu all the time? You cannot have. Even though you like laddu, all of you know what is laddu. In Tamil also they call laddu only. Okay. In English, that translation, what? Sweet meat. It is when we were studying Sanskrit, no, Modakaha translation was sweet meat. So, so very not a very horrible translation. Even the translation, if we remember, we don't feel like eating laddu. Anyway, so laddu. Nobody can eat all the time. Can you watch movie all the time? No. However much you are fond of movie, nowadays people have free movie because in YouTube you can get free movie. Whichever movie you could not see in your childhood, you can see. So, but how long will you see? How many you can see? You cannot. Can you experience the touch of a person, your child, all the time? No, child also will run away from you. So, and you also will be tired. No bhoga can have this permanency. Adyantavantaha. And therefore, what happens? It becomes the dukkha yonaya. However much you try, it will have end. And therefore, he is there since the bhogas are these dukkha yonaya and adyavantaha. Therefore, he kaunteya buddha. Buddha has got two meanings. One is a wise person. Wise person, teshu, in those bhoga, naramate. Naramate means does not revel, does not get hooked. Another meaning of Buddha means viveki. A person who has got discrimination, that person also will not get hooked or lost. So here when we say naramate, a viveki, a discriminative person does not get lost. What do we mean by that? And how do we achieve that? First of all, we drop all the bhogas which are prohibited in Shastra, which are not good for the body, good for the physical and mental health. Those things we drop first. Like in Shastra, it says Suram na pibet. So the first we'll drop that. In South India, there is no restriction, no prohibition. So easily, even where prohibition also that they get it. So here it is very, very common. And so that is a Nishiddha Bhoga. That which is prohibited in Shastra, first of all we drop that. Or that which is harmful to my health, like drugs, etc., they are harmful. That is dropped. First we have to drop what is prohibited in Shastra, but prohibited by the doctors, prohibited by the health specialist. So those things we drop first. And even permitted, anishiddha bhoga, that which is permitted, also we follow certain principle, and that is first principle of moderation. Any bhoga, even if I like sweet, but I take it one. Here in Gurukulam we have that generally one piece is given. So you take one. Don't try to bribe the dining hall in charge and get second. Oh, you get me one. No, just take whatever is there. So first thing is moderation. Even if you are watching this internet some program, moderation. You fix some time that every day I will watch maximum 1 hour. But somebody, how do I know? There are some apps also. You can fix those apps. So they will tell you how much you have used internet. So every bhoga should have moderation. Even permitted bhoga. Bhoga which is permitted by Shastra, permitted by doctor, it is should be moderation. Second thing is we should have readiness to let go. Means I should be able to let it go. I should be able to remain without it. That is why once in a while be without it. In Gurukulam it is very easy. Why? because Gurukulam every now and then. Nowadays, our thanks to Murti is not going so much. But otherwise, the internet goes so naturally. You have to be ready without that. One should have ready to be without those bhogas. So readiness to let go. Some people, they cannot let go. If internet is not there, they feel so restless. They fight. In fact, I hear people come and fight. He said, if internet is not there, I can't stay. As somebody said, Swamiji, if you don't give breakfast, no problem. But internet you have to give. It shows what? I am not ready to let go. And third thing is, it should not, whatever bhoga which is permissible, should not become an obstacle in doing what is to be done. Third principle is that. Nowadays, what is happening? Even when people are attending the talks, they are watching this, the mobile giving answer in the class itself. So that is an obstacle. So nothing should be an obstacle. Whatever bhoga you are having, you can have permissible bhoga, but it should not be an obstacle in doing what is to be done. Whatever. If you are doing yoga, so you should be able to do yoga without getting distracted by mobile. Then you can use mobile. Or you should be able to remain in your meditation, remain in your class. Otherwise, here nowadays, it's a big issue. Public class means people say we will use. In fact, sometimes they get up and they go out and come back. So I tell them, that's why I am known for my strictness. I generally don't allow that. Because that person is not only a distraction for himself, he is a distraction for others. So any bhoga should not be a distraction from my duty, from my commitment to the higher pursuit. If I have decided that today I am going to do Ekadashi, but Swamiji, today only they brought ice cream, so I drop Ekadashi. Then it is called what? This obstacle to your pursuit. Anything you want to do, higher things you want to pursue, any bhoga should not come in your way. So if you can follow these three principles, then you are not lost in bhoga. So naramate has got relative meaning is the person is not lost in bhogas. And not lost in bhogas means he enjoys permissible things, he enjoys with moderation, and he is ready to let go, and the bhoga does not become an obstacle in pursuing what is to be done. That is the meaning of naramate. How it is possible? How to develop, Swamiji, this? First of all, have the company of people who are committed to something higher. If you are in the company of addicted people, you see, you must have seen that nowadays. In railway station, everybody is busy with their mobile only. So when you are in company of that, you will not have inhibition. But you are in the temple and everybody is doing japa, you will have reluctance. So company makes the difference. Second thing is, you see the limitations of this bhoga and how they are making you an addict, a slave. Keep seeing that. How it causes harm. Use this viveka, the dosha darshanam. Then you are relatively free from that. And one more thing which is always useful is prayer to Bhagavan for vairagya. Therefore, we have got the shloka अन्नपूर्णे सदापूर्णे शंकर प्राण वल्लभे ज्ञान वैराग्य सिद्ध्यर्थम भिक्षान देहि च पार्वती. But some people are afraid of vairagya. So therefore what they say? Dana saubhagya siddhyartham. So they change the wording itself. Dana vairagyam venda. So he said Dana saubhagya siddhyartham. Vairagyam by chance comes. No. By mistake also vairagyam should not come. People have got vairagyam for vairagyam. So they don't want don't want vairagyam. But if you really want Vairagyam, then there is prayer to Bhagavan. In fact, a person who has got Vairagyam in relative sense, that person alone can become a good king. A king who is given to Bhoga cannot become a good king, cannot become even a good manager. For becoming a good manager, good person with integrity, Vairagyam is very useful. Because if you are passionate about something, then what happens? That your passion will make you compromise with your principles. Therefore, even though you are a very principled manager, but you have raga for something, then that will make you compromise in your duties. One particular addiction is good enough to make the person compromise. That's what happens. Person loses this what is called credibility, and therefore Buddha, one who is Viveki, na ramate, doesn't get lost, doesn't get hooked. All right. So we are not saying that a person should not have any enjoyment, especially for a grihasthas. These enjoyments are permitted, but they are permitted with these three particular principles. As I told, moderation, non-addiction, and not allowing any bhoga to be an obstacle. When it is a time for going to the office, no, cricket match is going on 10 minutes more, 10 minutes more, and then to the boss you have to give the excuse what? Traffic jam. You have to tell a lie. So you are telling a lie for what? Because of your bhoga. You have generally value for truthfulness, but your weakness for bhoga will make you compromise, and therefore it becomes an obstacle. And therefore, bhoga should not become my obsession or my weakness. That is the message conveyed here. Now, in the next shloka, Bhagavan is talking about this Vairagyam from one more angle, and one has to be careful about this Ragadvesha in one particular area that he talks about in the next shloka. शक्नोति हैव यः सोढुम् प्राक्शरीरविमोक्षणात् कामक्रोधोद्भवं वेगम् स युक्तः स सुखी नरः. So here Bhagavan gives a very important suggestion for a sadhaka. As long as a person is ignorant and has not attained the wisdom with the firmness, abidance, kama and krodha will come. Kama krodha will be there. So Bhagavan says, kama krodha being there, it is understandable. Because you have not yet got wisdom, you are just a sadhaka. But one thing you can handle, that you should be able to manage the vega. Vega means the fervor, the excitement, the agitation created by kama and krodha. So Bhagavan is giving some discount. Kama means desire is born. Desire for bhoga is born. Desire for some activity is born. Bhagavan says understandable. Because it is a useful thing to know. Desire is not in your hand. What to desire, what not to desire is not in your hand. Desire is Vasana Tantra, Samskara Tantra. It depends upon your samskara, your background. Your mental background means what all types of experiences you had in this life and in previous life. Those experiences have created impressions, and those impressions form the basis for desire. See, some of you had desire to come to this satsang, come to this Annaikatti ashram. Some of people little bit drove little more, and resort is there. So you can go to some resort, party, etc. Same road. The two friends start. He said, "Oh, you are going to Anaikatti side? I am also going." So he will give you lift and he will go to resort and he will drop you here. So you have desire to come to the ashram, and some people have got the desire to go to the resort and have party. It is not the resort people go for doing dhyanam. I don't hear that people have went to dhyanam. Generally not. They want to enjoy. And even after coming to the ashram, all people don't come to the class. People, this is they gave me the count. Generally, this today 50 people were there, extra dining hall. So I said in the class 50 people were not. So they come for some other purpose. That also okay. At least they have come to the ashram, they have darshanam, they are well good. So what I am saying, what type of desire you have is decided by the vasanas, the samskara you had. You have, not had, you have. That samskara can be changed in course of time. But if you have particular samskara, particular desire will be born. So you need not blame yourself for having a particular desire. Need not blame. Birth of desire is not in your hand. Directly it's not in your hand. It will be born. But the desire, what happens? You allow it, you fan it, you fuel it by repetition. You go along with that. And then desire becomes very, very strong. And that desire creates some excitement in you, some fervor in you. In Hindi they call it Josh. That here Vega has got the meaning Josh. That fervor, that excitement. So a person is seeing some object, he cannot remain. In our dining hall I have seen sometimes, people are served food and they are walking to their dining table. They cannot remain. They start eating from there itself they start eating. That is what excitement. So Bhagavan says that kama krodha are there, understandable. But as a sadhaka, you learn to handle, manage this fervor, this excitement created by desire. Means what? Desires do not control you as a person. You have enough viveka whether to fulfill this desire and when to fulfill. Whether to fulfill, when to fulfill, how much to fulfill. You continue to have that hold over the desires. In the hold over the excitement, the rise of the excitement created by the desire. Means you are not overpowered by your desire. That is called handling kama vega. Just desire came, created some excitement, and you got carried away by that. That is called slavery to desire. Bhagavan says you learn to be a master. Desire, let it come. But desire creating the excitement and overpowering you, that you learn to handle. Similarly, krodha, dvesha. When you see something which you don't like, when you hear something which you don't like to hear, then you will have some krodha, some anger. The Pashyakara gives the definition. Krodha means what? It is a dvesha, and the other comment is jvalanatmika vritti. It is a very burning sensation. Nobody can be happily angry. You cannot say I was very happy when I was angry. I was very happily angry. No. You can happily pretend to be angry. Yes, that is possible. But any anger is characterized by some burning sensation. Therefore, the people who get so much anger, they are likely to have this acidity problem, heart problem, etc. So Bhagavan says, Krodha, if it comes, allowed, okay, permissible. But you learn to handle the agitation, the excitement created by anger. That agitation means, Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, the people will be biting their lips. That is called Vega. That is the indication of Vega. Vega means fervor. Anger has created that intense effect that is indicated by biting the lips, eyes becoming red, sweating. All these are sign of the fervor created by anger. People in fact start tremoring also when they are angry. They cannot stand steadily. All these are sign of the intensity or intense condition created by anger. So Vega means the intense condition, the spellbound condition created by anger. Bhagavan says, one who is capable of handling that. Means what? One who is able to prevent that. And even if it is born, he is able to manage it. Not allowing it to express in the form of reaction. In anger, you feel like saying, but you say Namah Shivaya, whatever you do, you handle it. Drink water. They say one lady was fighting with her husband and she did not like it. So he said, she asked some Swamiji, what shall I do? He said, I will give you some one water with some mantra. And whenever you are getting angry, you drink that water. And keep it for 3 minutes. And that you will not get angry. And it worked. It is not that mantra, etc. work. If you are angry and drink water, 3 minutes you keep, it will come down. So idea is, Bhagavan says that one who is able to manage that person is Yuktaha, is a together person, Yogi. Sa Sukhi, that person is happy. So that's what he said. Yaha, one who is Shaknoti, is capable. Iheva, here itself, in this life itself, you should not say, Swamiji, next life I will control. No, this life itself. Sodhum, handle. One who is capable of handling what? Kama Krodhodbhavam Vegam. Vegam means the fervor, the agitation and excitement created by anger and, desire, craving and anger. Saha, that person is Yuktaha. That person is a together person, integrated person, person with integrity, person with togetherness. Integrity here in this sense, togetherness. And Saha Sukhi, that person alone can be happy. Means a person who is not carried away by this craving, not carried away by anger, that person alone is Sukhi. And Naraha, in fact, one commentator said that person alone deserves to be called a human being. Why? Human being is the one who is capable of having Purushartha. Dharma Purushartha, Moksha Purushartha. That person who is capable of pursuing Dharma and Moksha, that person alone is called Naraha, human being. And one who is capable of handling this intense condition that can be created by desire and anger, that person alone deserves to be called Naraha. Then somebody may ask, Swamiji, how long I have to do this? See, 1 week can I manage, Swamiji. 1 week I can control my anger, my desire, my craving. 1 week, perhaps 1 month. Bhagavan says, no. Prak Sharira Vimokshanat means till the release from the body. Means what? Amaranat. Till death, one has to be alert about this excitement created by the Kama and Krodha. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says here, why this type of limit, such a long, big limit is given, till death? Because Kama and Krodha have got so many nimitta, so many karanas. Person can be angry for anything. See, as you grow and you see, you become more and more what is subtle, and if you are not handling your subtlety, then small disturbance also will be a big thing. Earlier noise did not disturb you so much because you yourself were noisy. But now you want to do some dhyanam, etc. And therefore small noise also will disturb you. So if you are not mindful about it, then you may become touchy about small things. And therefore, Bhagavan says, never take your mastery over Kama and Krodha for granted. Sometimes what happens? That in COVID, no? See, 1 month over, nothing happened. 2 months over, nothing happened. So you feel that now nothing can happen. And whatever protocols to be followed, you don't follow. Why? Because nothing can happen. And that person gets. Therefore, never become complacent about mastery over the Kama, Krodha, Vega. In our Shastra, we have got such examples that some rishi got very pride about his brahmacharya, etc. Then he will fall. Krodha, etc., person can fall. Therefore, Bhagavan says, till the fall of this body, till death, one who is able to master, one who is able to master the Vega, the intense condition created by Kama and Krodha, that person is a yogi, karma yogi. That person is Sukhi. That person is Nara in real sense. Therefore, one, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling, as a sadhaka, one learns to master the Vega, the fervor, the excitement, the agitation created by Kama and Krodha. How to do that? Amiji, it is, I wish I also can do it. How to do it? We'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha